Mistakes should not be avoided, but something to be learned from and improved upon over time. Today, we're going to talk about the 5 biggest mistakes I fixed to run my fastest mile. What's poppin'? Jordan Thomas here, and I'm coming off of running my fastest mile of 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Be sure to check out my previous video where I recap the reasons that I got into the mile, as well as how the race played out. Growing up as a kid, I found myself overwhelmed with a number of different tasks, and my father would say to me, "How do you eat an elephant?" I say, "I don't want to eat no elephant." But over time, what he taught me to respond, and what I want to be able to teach you today, is you do it by eating one bite at a time. So while I'm going to give you 5 different things that you can fix, don't overwhelm yourself by trying to fix all of these things at once. Take the information in, implement a little bit over time. That way you get the improvement without the anxiety. Now, let's jump in. Number 1, not enough races. In 2018, I didn't do my first race until May. 2019, when I got to the State Street Mile, that was my 6th race of the year. And I didn't limit myself to just running a mile. I'd run some 5Ks. I had done some max efforts of like 400 meters in practice. I even did an 800-meter time trial about 4 or 5 days before the race. And so I had all of these different race experiences, these effort experiences, so that when I went into my target race, I had a good understanding of what I was good at, what I wasn't so good at, and what I was gonna need some magic to happen. Number 2, I had an inconsistent warm-up schedule. Sometimes it was 10 minutes, sometimes it was 20, sometimes it's these drills, sometimes it's these other ones. I drilled it into my body, no pun intended, that each track workout that I did, it was a 20-minute warm-up at least, and drills and strides. Now, sometimes it meant that I was on, 2.5 miles. Sometimes it meant 2, but that 20 minutes or so gave me enough time to check in my body, and it helped to just set the overall expectation for a particular workout. So if I felt really tight, I knew that, hey, the first couple of reps aren't gonna be that fast. If I was feeling really good on that given day, it just meant I was gonna be able to move that much faster. Number 3, not having the right mixture of speed to strength to easy runs. Listen, I understand the basic formula of 15 to 20% speed to easy runs, but what I didn't know was when to run the right paces at the right time based off of the goal that I had. And the fix for that, for me, was very simple. Get a coach. And that's what the lab has helped me do. Between Coach Blue and Coach Omar, what I've done is started tapping into speed that I hadn't seen since college, also getting a level of strength in terms of some like threshold type workouts that I just had never done before. So I think I said in one of my previous episodes that I talked about the notion of I felt like during my mile training I wasn't strong enough, and during my 5K training I wasn't fast enough. Well, working with them, they helped get me to understand the overall progression as it relates to distance running. I've got a really cool video on the way. It goes through their overall methodology. Number 4, not enough mileage. This was more of like an error on understanding the benefit of mileage. I didn't feel like I could do mileage for mileage's sake. I recognized the way that my time was set up when I was originally approaching running a mile was that I only had the availability to run about 4 hours a week. What that meant was that kind of kept me in like the 30-mile zone or area. The fix was simple: increase the mileage. Other nice thing about doing easier runs as a part of this increased mileage is that it gave me additional days in between harder efforts. And so like maybe that first day after that hard workout, I might feel a bit trashed, but instead of taking the day off, run some, and then by that second day, run a bit closer to my recovery pace. And so that way when I went into now that I'm doing another key workout again, I'm feeling good. I'm not great, but I'm feeling good. And that continued on, and so I ended up putting together a few 10-day streaks, if you will. I think 13-day was the most that I took. I went from only having 2 40-mile weeks over the entire 2018 to having 4 back-to-back weeks of 40+ miles going into my target race. And I think my max mileage was a little bit less than 180 miles in May. So tremendous help, because I felt like when it came to race day, I had banked so many miles that when it came to only having to run 1, I could give it an all-out effort, and I still walked away feeling like there's some more in there. And then number 5, this one is actually, it just kind of bookcases everything really nicely. I didn't have a post-workout routine, and in a lot of ways, I think that is what led to a number of the problems that I would have post-workout, is why I wasn't recovered enough. And so the solution, simple: post-run recovery routine. Means I jog for 10 minutes. I stretch for 2 or 3 minutes. When I get back to the house, or if I'm fortunate enough to have a foam roller with me, I foam roll. And then going into a race, I would set up a massage every 3 weeks. I started off with once a month, moved into every 3 weeks. And so that way, all the things that I may have neglected or wasn't able to fully stretch, working with a sports therapist, allowed all of those things to feel nice. Quick recap, I went ahead and raced more. I warm up properly, have a better ratio of workouts, increase my mileage, and committed to post-run recovery. Those are the big things. There are certainly some other things that I fixed, but these are the biggest things that I found that were helpful. I hope this is helpful to you. I recognize that there's a lot of good information about there about how to run faster and things like that. I wanted to focus on the things that were the biggest keys for me in the order that I perceived them to be important. See you next time. Peace.